election night live feed, as the secretary mentioned, which is just going to be on election night. You can have portal right into the Secretary of State's website to see live election results as they happen. And as the secretary mentioned, with the update that's going to be happening, it's released today. It's available today on the iBook store. However, just like app updates, iBook updates happen as well. So we will be releasing over time new iterations of this. It's really going to be a living digital document, for lack of a better word. And so we're excited to see what other things we can bring to the table with this interactive project.
Great, thank you, Jason. Pretty cool stuff, and I really appreciate Todd and Jason and all the team, my staff who worked to put this together, because if you want to understand what the history of presidential elections in Ohio are, what the president of presidential elections in Ohio are, this is a great single resource to find all that information. And I hope that you will take a look at it, and I hope you will help us share this with Ohioans and the rest of the nation so that people can be more informed as they look toward November, the opportunity to participate in democracy, in the greatest democracy in the history of the world. So thank you very much, and we will take any questions that you might have.
You said that this was no cost to the taxpayers. Did you have a grant or any kind of funding?
We had the blessing of having Jason, who did this as part of his Apple distinguished educator responsibilities, and he stepped up and wanted to help, and was willing to put a lot of time and energy into making this happen. And thanks to the folks at the Ohio History Connection who double-checked our homework. Todd, you mentioned this. You were saying a lot of times people come to you with projects that require a lot of work for you, and in this case, we brought something to you that didn't require a lot of help. If you want to talk about that.
Sure. Well, just like Secretary Husted said, oftentimes we're asked to collaborate on projects, and some of them require a lot of work. And if you've seen this iBook in full force, it is powerful, extremely high quality. We're just very impressed with the work that Jason's done and his team. So congratulations to everybody involved.
So we have with the talent on the technology side and the history, and then the resources that we have available through the Secretary of State's office. It was a great partnership, and we were able to do it without spending tax money.
But for those who don't have access to Apple, is there any legal way for them to access all this content?
There is not, and that's part of the Apple connection that Jason provided.
Aren't more school kids in Ohio using Chromebooks in classrooms?
You have to ask.
So the kids who are on Chromebooks won't be able to use this.
Like I said, this is something that Jason created for us at no cost, and with the Apple partnership, and so that's where it's available. But if there are ways that we can broaden that scope, obviously we were interested in doing it. This was the way that we could do it at no cost to the user or the taxpayer.
Have you talked to any schools that have said they're going to actually use this yet?
We're just launching it today, so we haven't had a chance to do any outreach at this point. But when we've done minor things like this, they have soaked up the information and used it. So when we do a major thing like this, I'm pretty sure that's going to be widely used.
So how would this work on the consumer side? So they go to Apple interface and download the Apple iBook.
It's easy enough to do that I can do it. It is, you just go into Apple iBooks and you type in the name of the issue and it'll pop up, and you just hit the get button and you get it.
Well, I have a question. Why go the book route instead of maybe like an app? It seems like apps are a lot more popular than iBook.
It really is the partnership that Jason has provided. Jason provided all the work for this, so we had, and if you want to do something that doesn't cost any money, you have to have a partnership with people that are willing to provide the work, to do the work. This is not a publicly funded endeavor. It's a private, or it's not funded by anybody. It's created by the hard work that people put into it, and this is the mechanism under which Jason put it Jason, you want to add anything? Am I missing something there?
No, I was gonna say that as far as the impetus for this, it was my selection as an Apple Distinguished Educator last year by Apple. It really spurred the project from my side of it. And what Apple wanted to do was, it's a new classification for them of Apple Distinguished Educator projects. It's called the Community Outreach Project. And so it was up to me to seek out a local nonprofit organization, governmental organization, to start some kind of project. And so I chose an iBook. Definitely apps are a big thing now as well, but I can't write apps, I can't develop apps, so I could make an iBook, and I thought this would be a great opportunity, given the timing with the election year, and the resources I knew the Ohio Secretary of State's office had, as well as places in state like the Ohio History Connection. It seemed like a logical direction to go to develop this book, and it really is, as part of Apple Distinguished Educator responsibilities, it was a labor of love, and it was at no cost to anybody except my time, a whole lot of time.
A lot of time. And thank you.
Jason, just kind of, all the biography information in that all came from the History Connection, or did you pull up from some other sources?
It was a combination of personal research and also the Ohio History Connection as well.
The History Connection folks edited and did the work on trying to, reassuring us that it was all accurate.
Is there any system restrictions? I mean, if I have an original Apple iPad, which is ancient, compared to today's technology, would it still be able to run this iBook? Or?
I'm not sure what the minimum hardware requirements are. It might not be the original. It might have to be, I think, maybe the third generation forward is the best way to experience it. And it is the best experience on an iPad. You can also use it on a Mac or an iPhone for that matter. But obviously the real estate of something like an iPhone, not very conducive to reading a book. So the iPad is the optimal way to experience how to read the presidency book.
There's a lot of video connection in there as well, but obviously the bigger screen you have, the better off you are.
From start to finish, I mean, roughly how long would it take the typical person to get through the whole iBook?
If you wanted to hit everything in it, gosh.
A couple of hours, probably at least a few hours, I'm guessing.
Yeah. But it's, you can take the basic version of it, or you can drill deeper and get a lot more